Points of information are short questions offered to the speaker by a member of the opposing team. They give you the chance to directly engage with your opponents and challenge their arguments. So how do they work? To offer a point of information, you just stand up in your place and say point of information, and then stay standing. If the speaker accepts your point of information, then you can ask your question. If the speaker declines your point of information, such as by saying no thank you, or politely waving you down, then you should sit down again. Points of information may only be offered to a speaker by the opposing team, not their teammates. Points of information may not be offered during the first minute or the last minute of speeches, as indicated by bells. Between those bells, points of information should be offered regularly. The rules set out a bare minimum number that each team member should offer. The minimum is that each team member should offer at least 2 points of information to each speaker of the other team. This means you individually need to offer 2 points to the first speaker of the opposition, 2 points to the second speaker, and 2 points to the third speaker. Your teammates each need to offer at least that many as well, so make sure you remind them during the debate. So now you know how to offer a point of information. What do you say when you get accepted? They should be short, sharp questions relevant to the debate. You want to force the other team to take positions on key ideas in the debate. Your question should be as short as possible and is not allowed to be longer than 15 seconds. The shorter it is, the less time they have to think of a good answer. Okay, so that's how you ask points of information. What do you do if you are the speaker being asked? First of all, you will be offered a number of points of information during your speech. However, you should only accept 2 of them by saying yes. Never accept more and never accept less than 2. Never. Always accept exactly 2 points of information. So once you say yes to a point of information, you'll hopefully be asked a question. It's okay to take a few seconds to think about the answer. If you can, a direct yes or no answer followed by a quick explanation of why is often the most effective response. When you answer, you should face the audience, not the opposition. After all, you aren't trying to persuade them, you are trying to persuade us. Sometimes you won't fully understand the question or why they're asking it. Normally, that's not your fault. They just didn't ask a very clear question. If that happens, you shouldn't ask the speaker to repeat the question or clarify it. Instead, you should just try and answer what you thought the question was. You won't lose points just because they asked a bad question. So always just do your best to respond. We have 3 last tips to help you with points of information. First, try and write down some possible questions on a sheet of paper before the debate. You can add more as the debate happens. That way, you can put it in the middle of your table so you aren't nervous to stand up because you know you have a question to ask. Second, make sure you help your teammates at the table and ask them for help if you need it. Finally, practice. Like most things in debating, the only way to get really good is to just do it. You'll become better at thinking of questions and more confident.